If you want to enjoy immersive VR movement without having to leave your home or be limited to a small area, you should keep your eye on the front lines of VR development and some of the solutions and projects being developed. Something great might just come of them down the line. Hello virtual dreamers, Gregory here. While I'm sure it goes without saying, there is a lot of beauty within the confines of the endless domain of cyberspace. Today's VR headsets are great at making that majesty easy to marvel at, but navigating that realm isn't quite as refined in comparison. I've done videos covering the VR locomotion problem in the past, but it bears to briefly reiterate it for today's discussion. Simply put, we want to move around in VR in an immersive manner without being limited by real-life space considerations. This is not yet a solved problem, with our current standard answers to the issue being the use of either smooth controller movement or teleportation, neither of which being ideal since they either break immersion, distract from the experience, or make people sick. Seeing the big problem, it should come as no surprise that there are people seeking out solutions. I want to put some special attention on those efforts here, since, biased though my opinion may be, I think the developments being made in this area are the very forefront of our industry in progress and innovation. At the top level, we have our various flavors of VR treadmills. These have been a staple of VR for years now, but I want to call attention here to the sheer variety we're getting. With things like the Omni and Catwalk, we essentially have a design where the user is kept in a set location by a harness and doesn't move thanks to reduced shoe friction and the harness canceling out any motion vectors. With a design like the Infinideck, you have a truly omnidirectional treadmill, with the ground itself moving to negate motion. While we're discussing this, I also want to shout out the efforts by a creator here on YouTube called Finally Functional, who is making their idea of having motorized VR shoes that keep you in place by moving against your motion a reality by their own efforts. They're already at the prototype stage with some software to help them test the functionality. It looks really cool. As someone trying to build out their own VR locomotion solution, though in a very different manner, I've got some serious props and respects for your efforts there, my dude. I'll have a link to Finally Functional's channel and the latest video on the shoes in the description. They asked me to remind you all that they are still prototyping, so I do request that you keep that in mind whenever you check them out. Outside of the more treadmill and movement type solutions, there are some more logic and analysis based approaches to the problem too, with some even being playable in titles today. Vindicta offers a hand-swinging style of locomotion. Evasion and the old Sword Art Online The Beginning prototype used jogging in place locomotion, and based on how you look at it, climbing in games that let you directly use your hands to grasp at the ladders or ledges are also very engaging solutions. Then there are solutions like Tectons where you move the virtual world to better allow you to leverage the space that you have, and if you really want to go into the deep end of the analytics crowd, we've still got people working with EEGs now decades into this consumer space. And I must remind you that you're on a channel founded on your narrator's drive to put muscle sensors on every part of their body. Really, if we tried to list out everything being tried right now, I'd probably need a few videos to cover it all. But I think you all get the picture. Now of course, it always bears remembering that VR locomotion is still considered a problem by many because in spite of the development efforts, we're still a good ways off from a universal solution that fits the bill. A lot of the solutions available right now either require additional hardware that people don't have, aren't immersive enough to make people use them over usual smooth motion and teleportation, and in some cases just plain old aren't available as they're either research prototypes or only for enterprise clients. We aren't going to be able to call the VR locomotion problem solved till one of the innovative solutions being worked on hits the threshold of being immersive, effective, and mass-producible for everyone. Of course, though, we already know this reality. We're kind of living it. We're not here to mope about the problem not being solved, but rather to take some time to appreciate the effort that is being made to do the solving. The passion for the VR medium that I'm seeing right now is slowly but steadily creeping its way towards the excitement that was about in the air back in the 2012 and 2015 nascent stages. Sure, we haven't gotten a solution yet, but we should probably avoid complaining about the things that are currently being developed here, since it's kind of like attacking an artist's work before they've even finished their outline sketches or composition. While you probably can be that jerk, it's probably not going to be a very helpful or fruitful effort. The progress being made is an exciting journey in that of itself, and if you can at least morally support the efforts of our inventors and pioneers, I think you'll come out all the better for it. Science and engineering are trial and error processes, and being on the front lines of the VR development Wild West comes with many challenges. So I ask you, my dear viewer, to keep an open mind to the ideas being put out there today, and to keep an eye on any that interest you. To any aspiring engineers, makers, and builders out there, as a peer, I'm gonna ask you to take the plunge and just give your ideas a shot to the best of your ability. Don't make my mistake of spending too much time preparing, learning, and doubting yourself rather than trying, practicing, and failing faster. Don't forget that necessity is the mother of invention. The best ideas and results may come about when you're forced to make do with what you've got. If that means strapping your electronics to cardboard and going wired over wireless, then so be it. As long as it gets you closer to the end goal of exploring the virtual world with complete immersion, we'll all come out winning for it. Thank you very much, my dear viewers, for watching this video. Be sure to rate, comment, share, and subscribe to me and Finally Functional down there, so that you can get more awesome content from YouTube algorithm sama seeing what you like. Till next time, my fellow adventurers and dreamers, this has been Gregory, logging out.